I keep thinking, yeah, this is probably one of the hardest lives I'm going to have to do, but today is definitely going to be one of the hardest lives I'm ever going to have to do. We had the meeting. I asked my mum to come along, so kind of paint a bigger picture for you. My mum's a nurse. She's been a sister on a ward of an ICU ward for a large portion of her life. Katie was there, and the palliative team care were there. Palliative care team was there, and I was given a lot of information. Guys, switch those comments on for us, please. Just leave the comments on. I was given a lot of information. Just to let you know, the heart, guys, just keep putting heart in, please. It's actually making me feel a little bit better. So, they actually give me a lot of information that I didn't know and I didn't understand before I had this meeting. I'm going to have to be careful in what I say, because obviously it is alive, so please do take it as a trigger warning right now. Also, mods, if you keep putting trigger warning in for me, please, that'd be much appreciated. The information that I got yesterday was I am going to start making plans now for Isla's funeral. Just because I know I'm not going to be in the right frame of mind at the time to make proper decisions that are going to be proper for Isla. Do you know what I mean? They run through a couple of scenarios with me of things that can happen to Isla from now. But the first thing they started by doing was checking Isla over, seeing how she was. They obviously know how she is from the last time that they saw her. And the way they described it to me was her body is slowly shutting down. That's what's happening. That's not like anything I didn't really know. I think I just kept choosing not to believe it. Does that make sense? I know that she's shutting down. I know it is a slow process, but they started going into detail of what happens if this happens, what happens if that happens, and I said, okay, so give me a scenario, give me a scenario of what the possibilities and what are the outcomes of Isla's disease. Now, what I didn't know is her brain is sending messages, but those messages are getting slower and slower and slower. So she described when she's having her secretions and I'm driving her to and from Nan's, her brain isn't telling her to swallow. So that's why she'll cough and she'll choke. Her brain waves are slowing down dramatically. They said if she gets sick, you do exactly the same as you've been doing from now. She was sick a couple of weeks ago, weren't she? And she fought it and she come out and that was that. The sickness was over. But in the event that certain things might happen, what do we do? So I said, well, run through in stages what might be a possibility. So she said, because Isla doesn't really move her muscles in her body no more, there will come a point where the circulation won't go to her hands that well. So there will come a point where we can't get a cannula in. What happens from that stage? I said, well, what do you do from that stage? What's like the protocol? What do you do? He said, well, there'll be about 5 or 6 nurses all around there, and everybody will be trying to get a cannula into Isla. I was like, okay. And he said the option from there then is to go straight in through his shin. He said, but Darren, that's so painful. I was like, I don't want that. I don't want it to be in pain. He said, okay. Oh, okay. What if she then gets sick and her body starts shutting down in stages? Like, the messages from the brain start saying to the lungs not to breathe anymore, or the messages from the brain tells the heart to stop, or the messages from the brain tells any of the organs to stop. I was like, well, what do you do for that? He said, well, then we start to resuscitate. She said, Darren, I need to let you know now, as a professional, as somebody who's seen this all the time, like, she's a palliative care nurse, she sees it in, like, kids and that all the time. Oh. Oh, she said to me, what do you want it to be? Do you want it to be peaceful and as painless and as natural as can be? Or do you want 6 people coming in, pressing on Isla's chest, possible broken ribs, to just bring Isla back at that point, to then go in intensive care, go on tubes, and then being kept alive by a machine? I said, well, if she goes on a machine, she'll never get off it. She won't ever get off it. So, Declan said, okay, let's say in the event of not getting sick, but just has a sudden event, what do we do from then? I was like, well, give me an explanation, give me a scenario of what might happen. She said the only scenario is that Isla's brain is shutting down at that point. She said, and you've got 2 options. We either resuscitate her, and then she goes on intensive care, and then we put all tubes in her, then we basically keep her alive, and then from there you have to make the decision of when enough is enough for Isla's body. She said, but I need to tell you now, it's so traumatic to resuscitate Isla at this point, knowing how fragile she is, and not letting her be peaceful, be as painless and as natural as possible. Do you know what I mean? So I asked my mum then, I said, Mum, obviously you've got experience in this. I didn't know any of this. I didn't know at all. And she said to me, she just said, Darren, she said, they're right in what they're saying. I said, well, I don't want it in pain. I don't want it in pain. I want it to be as natural as possible. She said, so they give me a couple of scenarios of what they will do if, or what they will do when. What they'll do when, to make it as pain-free and as natural and as quiet and as peaceful as possible. So, if we get to that stage and I've made the decision, I want Isla to be peaceful. I want it to be natural. Unfortunately for Isla's, what Isla's got, they even said to me, there's nothing we could ever do to bring Isla back to Isla. If she ever hits that stage, that's it, Darren. Do you know what I mean? So I've told them I don't want them to resuscitate her. As hard as it may be, that little girl deserves more than that. When she's ready, she's ready. Do you know what I'm saying? When her body gives out, that's when her body gives out. I don't want them to hurt her. I don't want them to try and bring her back. Just let her be with us. They said at that point, and they said, we'll just take everything off her and we'll just put her in your arms. And we'll just put her in your arms and you can just hold her. So I said, that's what I want. By far the worst decision I've ever had to make in my life. By far. There's no decision that will ever top that decision, ever. But I'm guessing a lot of you actually knew that anyway, because you probably know a little bit more about it all than what I do. No, that's it. Oh, we just gotta wait and just be there with her. Give her as much love and as much enjoyment of while she's still having times that she's awake. Protect her from any sickness. Just put a big bubble around her now and just enjoy every single moment. That's it. Every moment that she has her eyes open. I just feel so helpless. I know a lot of you have been waiting for that update. I'm so sorry. I'm wrote off today, guys. I'm wrote off. I wrote off last night. I just couldn't even do nothing. Just walking around like a zombie.